with Canva, but I love Canva. I discovered it when I was student teaching, and to me, it is just a really simple tool to help sort of like, instead of just using Google Slides, you can use and design things in Canva, like posters and all kinds of things for your classroom that just has, it's really easy to use, and I just really love the graphics and things like that. Just makes it look a little different. It's just fun to design things. I've even designed my personal Christmas cards in Canva. And fun fact, you can actually just order things to be printed from Canva. So just keep that in mind for next Christmas. That was really nice. So today what we're going to do is take a look at just making an email header, something really simple. We did this, it's the first thing I did with my students this year. So this was a way we practiced using email, using different like internet tools, and figuring out how to use Canva. We started with making these email headers, which was just a fun, creative way to let them design something and practice, some email tools and kind of see where they were at. But we used it in the future for them to design posters and things for different projects. So there's a lot of uses for Canva. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to present my screen. I actually made a presentation in Canva. My goal is to just show you kind of some of the tools you could use in there if you aren't super familiar with it. So just bear with me. I will do my best. I am just going to present my whole screen to you so I can flip back and forth. If that gets too distracting, just let me know. Alrighty. So everyone should be able to see my screen. Could someone just unmute themselves and let me know? Yes, you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
We can see
perfect.
it.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so let me just show you this quick presentation I made to go over what we're going to be working on today. So you can, just like in Google Slides, make all kinds of different presentations. And what is cool about this, and I'm still learning a little bit how to use this. Like I said, I just like the graphics and the layout. They're just a little different. You can also even insert, when you go into presentation mode with this, you can actually insert video recordings of yourself. So if you go like here to present and record, it will actually download it with a little video I made about how to use Canva. What I have not figured out yet is how to present in Canva and still show you the video. So if you were, for example, making something for remote learning, this would be really handy because you could insert little videos on each slide to walk students through whatever the thing was you were, whatever thing you were trying to be teaching them. So here is what we're going to do. We're going to create a Canva account if you don't already have one. And we're just going to check out some uses for Canva, learn about some search options to maximize your creativity, and create an email header just for fun. And this will get sent out to all of you. I tried to put together specifically sort of like how to do your best Googling. The same applies for Canva. These are some element keywords that you can use to find some really nice graphics that just serve you well in backgrounds of email headers. Or you can actually I've designed like my Google Classroom header. The thing I really like is you can design a little logo or like header for your Google Forms. And I have mine themed, and you'll see that in a little bit. But here, just so you have for future, some really great just words to be looking up when you're searching different elements. And this module today is a little bit of a activity time, a try and learn. So we're going to start with logging into Canva and trying to make your own email header. So if you could open up a new tab and just go to canva.com. You're just going to go right here, and it will be a login page for you. Sorry, I didn't think about that. I should probably have been logged off. It will be a login page for you to create your own account. Let's take about 5 minutes. You should just be able to use your Google. I will mute myself, but I'm happy to answer any questions if you're stuck. And if everyone could just shoot me a message in the chat once you have an account, we will go from there.
I have a question.
Absolutely.
I've got Unlock Our Education package for free for K-12. Should I get verified or?
I believe so. That is a great question. Let me log back out.
I just had the same thing, and I did mark it worked.
Did it work?
Town Elementary comes up. Yep.
Thank you so much. I set mine up a while ago, so I know things have probably changed when they're, especially during COVID. They were offering different kinds of packages and things like that.
Raylene, just a quick question. Yeah. Is the one you have the free one, or do you pay for your Canva account?
I believe I have the free one. I try really hard to have as few things I pay for as possible.
Because you can upgrade, right?
Yes. Yeah, you can. And that's part of, I can show you when we start searching for images and stuff, they have a really nice setup for filtering because you will find some things will pop up as pro, but you can filter any type of image or template, just the free ones. And there's also a really easy way if you accidentally click on one that has one element in it that's a paid element, it'll tell you which element that is. Just delete it and put a different one in, a free one. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at, everyone should be on the home screen there when you log in. And we will start with that. Okay, so you should be in this home screen right here. And that should be popping up to you. Does everyone's kind of look something a little bit like this where it says design anything and Canva for everyone right now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So like it says, you can literally design anything. What we are gonna work on is an email header, and I'll show you how to search for that in just a second. I just wanted to show you a few of these designs that I've made just so you can get an idea of different applications. So I have made things to post, to email out to families or to put in our school chalkboard, things like that. I have made little signs. These were things I sent home with Joy's students who are incoming third grade students, just a little thing to let parents know to join our Facebook page. I have made classroom quote posters and all different kinds of things. So like all kinds of different posters, movement break, things like that. A nice Miss Frizzle poster. I was very excited about that. The students also, we used Canva to design Mother's Day cards, and we did that as well. Test taking tips, student routine things, and things like this. I made a treasure hunt for St. Patrick's Day. So you can use it for all kinds of different things. It's really, really handy. But we today are going to make an email header. So all you need to do is just type in email header. And that should pop up there. It should be formatted to fit your email. And I can kind of walk you through a little bit how to do this and some of the tools. And then we're going to take a little bit of time to just play around with making one. And hopefully get you out of here a little bit early. The goal is to really just kind of get an idea of some of these tools. So like Natalie had that really great question about if I had the pro or free, it will pull up everything and you can see this little money sign includes some elements in it that are part of the pro program. If not, you have to pay like a one-time fee to download that if that's the one you choose. But you can also just search free. Even when you do that, like I said, sometimes that will come up. And if that happens, but you love the rest of it, that is okay. Because this should pop up here in just a second. If you end up picking something that has some paid elements, everyone should be able to see this one. It says the holiday. If you go to click download and you picked something that has a paid element, it will tell you what that image is right there. So see how it has this Canva sort of watermark over it? That's the element that would cost you money to download. Just delete it and put something else there that does not cost you money. If you don't want to do that, that's fine too. You just have to pay to download it. So like I said, everyone should now be in this section here that says email header. And you can kind of just play around, scroll through, see if there's any that you like the look of. Or you can just create a new one. And I will open that up and I can kind of play around with designing one. The sort of elements that I was talking about before, like you can, if you click on elements here, that would be the different things you want to add. Some pop up automatically. You can kind of play around with finding different things that you like, different graphics. Like I sometimes will type in just like say organic, and that pulls up just sometimes some elements I like. You can search specifically for graphics and it'll pull up. I like some of these just sort of organic shapes like that. And then I inserted like a picture in front of it. Let's see. Oh, perfect. So maybe you just have, thank you, Cindy, for punching that in. So if you just have the free, that's awesome. But if for some reason you don't and you do encounter that, like I said, just figure out what it is, delete it and stick something else in there. But why don't we just take, let's say about 10 minutes to start playing around with this. You guys can leave your cameras on or turn them off and play around with designing something. And I am right here to answer questions and help you navigate that if you want, or just kind of have some fun with it. I'm going to get my email set up to show you just how to insert it into your email when you are all done. And then I will show you what mine looks like once everyone has a chance to do a little bit of designing. But I'm going to mute myself, but feel free to unmute yourself and just ask a question or put it in the chat. So let's take about 10 minutes to do that.
Raylene, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Can you just explain like what an email header exactly is, and do you have to put it into the email every single time you send one, or is it something that you can put in and it just automatically comes up?
That is a very good question, and I was just wanting to get to where I don't have all of my emails so you can see how many I haven't deleted. Let me show you what that looks like. So this is where you would be in your email to insert an email header. Once you make it and download it, you go into your email, you go into settings, all settings, and then you scroll down. I don't know about you, but I'm getting really ready to put up that out of the office one. I'm pretty excited about that. But all different kinds of options here. So if you go down to signature, you can create a new signature, or you can have, I have a couple different ones. So let's see, if we go in to edit this, I have it labeled my signature. Here is the other one I have. This is my email header here. And I don't know if anyone else attended that other, the training for escape rooms, but that is how I got this with no background. I just did a background removing. I uploaded a picture and just removed the background and then inserted it over these little circles. But there's my header. So once you have it saved in here, you can go down and choose what you want it to do. I feel like this is a lot for every email. So for a new email, I have this whole thing come up. For future emails, I have just a short one. You know what I mean? So this giant picture isn't in every single email I send back and forth. So I have it set for new emails. I use this. And for any replies or forwards, I just use a little bit of a more simple one. So that's not taking up so much space in every email I send. So that's once you do that and you save it, then it'll permanently be in your email until you change it.
Cool. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Let's take until about 11:10, 11:15. Just play around with designing and just unmute yourself and ask questions. And I am here to answer them.
Oh,
I'm
fun.
going to present my screen to the page with those things you could be searching, if that's helpful. Those might not be your thing. Those are just sort of the graphics and things that appeal to me, so it is totally your choice. But I find sometimes having some ideas of what to look up can be a little helpful.
And I had seen also Joy Ray has her hand raised, but I'm not
Beautiful.
sure.
Joy, was that your question from earlier or a different question?
Well, that was earlier. I always forget to put my hand down.
Oh, no, you're okay. One other thing I just wanted to add that popped up in my mind as I was playing around with designing a new one. I used that term organic summer, and there are some beautiful flowers. But I also noticed some of the graphics, some of those elements are kind of like a GIF and they're moving, which is very cool. But if you download it, as long as you download it, I believe, as a, I think a JPEG, it will just download static. It won't be moving. So if you like that sort of paintbrush stroke looking image, but the one you find happens to be one that's moving, as long as you download it as a JPEG, it shouldn't still be moving. And you can just have the cool graphic. I have a coworker that is doing the training in here as well. And I just wanted to share, she found a super cute graphic, but it is one that is paid. So we were kind of just talking about what do you like about that graphic? And if you could try to look it up and find something similar that does not cost money. You can also upload images if you were so inclined into Canva itself. But I'm gonna have everyone, if everyone is able to kind of come back to the meeting, I would love to show you just the process of inserting the header into your email. So I'm going to switch tabs and share with you my email header, and also just take a moment to point out a couple other cool things that you can do in Canva.
Raylene, I just sent you an email so you could see what I just tried out.
Oh, I'm excited to take a look. I was going to say, like I said, I don't plan on keeping everyone on here this whole time. I will just show you guys how to get this inserted, and then you are welcome to sign off. I will keep the meeting up. You also, I assume, Al, we can make sure everyone has my email. You guys are welcome to just email me and I can try to help troubleshoot things, or I'd love to just see what you make. So everyone at this point should be able to see this is all of my designs. So I just wanted to point out a couple other cool applications for Canva before we move on. Like I said, I've made things to send home with students, and they're just like fun. Just the graphics are a little different. I've made things for my bulletin boards. They do have Jamboard backgrounds and templates, so we use these for staff shout outs. We have a wonderful Spanish teacher here, Senora Welch, and we made this to help practice all those colors she was teaching everyone. So just a lot of other cool things you can do. This is what I was talking about with the Google Classroom header. I use these also for Google Forms. They're the same size. And what I like about that is if you do a lot of Google Forms, I find it, for me, I like to keep things a little bit cohesive and I sort of theme them. So all my social studies ones have these graphics. All my math ones have different graphics. ELA, a little different. So if students open those up, they all look sort of the same across the top. And then you can add whatever thing you want to add for your Google form. But here is mine. And I will show you just how to download it and insert it, and then hopefully get you out of here a little early, get started with your summer, or keep playing around with this if you want. So here is mine, pretty simple. It is really handy with color matching. I inserted this and then this little graphic. And like I said, I wanted a picture because I just thought the color ended up just matching nicely. And I just did a background remover to do that. But once you are all done, you just go to download, and I am pretty sure, so we're going to try this out together, and maybe I make a mistake. We'll find out. I believe you download it as a JPEG. And once you have that downloaded, you should be able to insert it into your email. So like I said, you go into settings, you go all the way down to signature, create new. Just call this whatever you want. And it should let you insert an image. So here you go. You click this email header right there, and it should upload. Ta-da! So I would download it as a JPEG. Often I find that's the easiest way to download things, to manipulate them and use them in a variety of ways. The most important thing you do is once you have it inserted, if you want this in just new emails or in all reply and forwarded emails, your choice. At the very bottom, just make sure you hit Save Changes. And that is kind of it in a nutshell. So I will stop presenting, but like I said, I'm happy to just be answering questions, walking you through things. You are welcome to stay on and keep playing around with this, and I can answer your questions, or sign off and have a beautiful summer and take a look at this again in August. Either is fine. But I will be right here if you do have any questions until I think, Al, how long are we on for? 11:30, I think.
11:30.
All right.
Yep.
So I will be here answering questions if you need. If not, it's up to you, whatever you all want to do. But thank you, everyone, for joining. I really appreciate it. It was cool to lead my first PD there.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited.
Great job.
I'll email you back. Have a great summer.
See ya.
Raylene, you said to save it as a JPEG, or did
Yes.
I was doing something else, or did you? It says get your shareable link to, which would be easier to
Sure.
put it in your email.
Let me just, I'm just going to present my whole screen and show you all.
I downloaded it as a JPEG.
Perfect. So yeah, I always just do the download, click JPEG, go ahead and download. And then I just X out of all of this nonsense. You do, I don't know if you get less of those pop-ups with the paid version. Gonna get to see Barb's right there. She just sent me hers. It looks super cute. But once it's downloaded as a JPEG, you should be able to just go into settings, and in here you create a new one, and then you click right here, this insert image, and it should let you just pick from your downloads or from your, to just upload it. And then you should be able to click right there. And then just let me know if that works.
So Raylene, when I send that, it shows up down in the bottom where my other.
It does. Instead of like it just saying, your name or whatever, that'll show up. And like I said, I love it, but I was worried like that seems a little too over the top to have it show up every single time I send, because if I don't have it set the way I set it, that whole thing would show up every time I replied to an email. So I have it pop up for like my first email out to people, or my first email to people, that big one pops up. And then for every future like response or forward, just like the little Raylene and, Wells, whatever.
I clicked on that because I would forget to go back and do that. So thank you for telling us about that.
I didn't think about that. And then it was popping up every time I sent an email, and I felt that looked maybe a little ostentatious, but to each their own. Do whatever you want.
This is
and then this is sort of like a fancy PowerPoint program.
Okay.
But the graphics are really easy to use, and they're just a little different. And the kids loved it. Like I said, I kind of gave them free reign we made Mother's Day cards, and it was just a great way to practice like some tech tools and some creativity. We do a lot of painting and coloring, but it was cool to let them do it on the computer too, and they had a blast doing it.
Yeah.
It generated some really great digital citizenship conversations about what was and was not appropriate to have in your email header. People need to have shirts on in email headers. Those are conversations you need to have. Hey, Peter, how you doing?
Thanks, Raylene.
It muted me. I apologize. I wanted to create my own, so I got a picture of Rio, where I used to live. How do I put a text box? I don't see where I can add anything to it besides the picture.
If you, let's see, if you on the far left-hand side, there should be some option tabs where it says templates, elements, upload, and then text.
Ah, okay.
And then if you click on those different sizes, it just sort of means it changes the size. I like to scroll down and look at like those font combos and stuff just to get some cool ideas, or just add a text like you would in a Google slide or a Google Doc and play around with it.
So if I look at the templates and I click on one, is that going to change the picture I've got?
Let's see. So if you click on, do you have it going already as something you're designing? Like you already have your email header being designed?
Yeah, I found a picture that I wanted to put on it, and I pasted that in.
Okay, I would click, if you click on just where it says text, that shouldn't change anything, but it should pop up a side window there of text to choose from.
Ah, I got it. And then add a heading.
Yeah, you can just click any. It just sort of means they've made it bold or changed the size, but you can always adjust that once you've inserted it as well.
Okay.
And you can play around with and play around with all of that. I really love that if you have sometimes other graphics already in there, if you click on the graphic first and then click on your text again, and then on the color, often the document colors will pop up. So it's like, makes it a little easier to color match and have everything look jazzy and nice all together, you know?
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Well, absolutely. Have a great day.
You too.
I hope this was helpful, but also not, I thought this would be a good one to end with too. Not too, a little brain work, but not too much. The last one before summer. If no one else has any other questions, I think it's probably okay if we end a little early. You all are welcome to email me if you do get stuck or you have any questions. Does that work for everyone? Sarah, are you doing okay?
I just sent you my
I had a question. I was going to try and use that same thing for the Google Classroom header, and it says it was too small. So what, do you know what?
Oh, for a Google Classroom header, that would be too small. If you go back into the search and search just like Google Classroom headers, that should pull up it in like the right format, right size.
Okay. Hang on.
Really, that's what I like about it is they make everything formatted in the kind of like the size you'd need it. So you don't have to be messing around with changing sizes and all of that.
When I do that, I'm at the home page and I do
at that
Google.
search, type in Google Classroom header.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
And that'll work for Google Classroom and also for Google Forms. It's the same thing. Will work for both.
Very nice.
Yeah, you can make a really jazzy classroom header for next year.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, cool. That was my question.
Absolutely. Good luck. Have a great day. Happy summer.
You too.